Delta, one of the states that have remained PDP since the return to democracy, the Fourth Republic. Beyond this, the Guba rotation among the three senatorial zones is now legendary, having gone full circle and have now begun the second round. But make no mistake, politics in Delta State is not a tea party. However, the 2023 election has seen Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori assume leadership as the governor of Delta State. And this marks the beginning of the second round of zoning and rotation in Delta State. Was that without a fierce fight? Definitely not. Aside battle at the polls, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has gone down in history of the state as one with the most litigations against him. Before and after the elections, bookmakers have established 38 cases and they triumphed in all save one. Let's look at what some political leaders in Delta State have to say about him after his ultimate triumph at the Supreme Court.
Well, the victory that God gave to us on Friday last week is simply a statement from God, meaning that God owns and controls Delta State, and that is God that gave the mandate to Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Oborevwori. Because God spoke, and he spoke very loudly, and we are all happy. Deltans are happy. The implication is that from now on, no more court cases. Delta will be at peace, and we are ready to work. And we have started working already, to the glory of God.
I want to congratulate His Excellency Sheriff Oborevwori for the victory, and then congratulate Deltans for this peace that now exists after all the litigations. But I also want to say very quickly that let it not be that has become a trademark of Delta State that we litigate endlessly. I recall that even all the former governors of this state suffered the same series of litigations pre and post-election. The reason why the Oborevwori zone is a bit striking, like the testimony he gave, 38 pre-election matters, from saying he wasn't qualified at all to run. How you want to convince the world that a presiding speaker of a House of Assembly made up of intellectuals wasn't qualified to run for office, when the same thing that qualifies you to run as speaker qualifies you to run as governor beat me at that time. But you know the way it is, once it is under rule of law, you must put everything through the courts. Lawyers will always tell you that you have hope and all, but all said and done, I commend all the principal actors, His Excellency Senator Oborevwori for reaching out, and the others, whether they reach out or not. The important thing is that the matters have been put to rest, and it is now time for governance.
Big relief and blessing to all of us in Delta State. Because think of it, 38 different cases, 38 different cases. That is too disturbing. If not for the grace of God, that is a man with grace. To survive that is difficult. So you can see that the grace of God is on we the Deltans. That's why he was winning each of the cases one after the other till the Apex Court, that's the Supreme Court, where verdict was given and we won. And you can see that everywhere is calm in the state now. The next thing is for him to continue his good work that he's doing.
Well, first, it goes on to confirm what we knew all along, what INEC also confirmed on the ground by the victory of 18th of March 2023 for Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Oborevwori, the governor of Delta State. In the huge victory recorded on that day, This victory at Supreme Court is an affirmation of the victory, not just INEC, but at the tribunal, at the appeal court. Now the icing on the cake, the highest court in the land, affirming it. Like we say in our political parlance, is 3/3. But the ramification again is that our governor, our amiable governor, now has reconfirmed the mandate of all Deltans to be the governor of this state, run the more agenda till 2027.
Well, he said it was 38 cases just for one single ambition. That was unprecedented in the history or in the annals of the history of politicking, as it were. But we thank God, all that begins well, ends well. I mean, we've seen the end of that now. At least for once, I mean, he can be rest assured now that those litigations are over and it's time for serious business. And as a leader now, confirmed leader, fully, I mean, declared by, I mean, the apex court of the land, I mean, it behoves him, as it were, I mean, to be a father, I mean, to all Deltans, irrespective of their political leanings and coloration. Yes, it can be hurtful. I mean, it was unnecessary distraction. It was a painful and needless waste of government resources. But it was a fight that needed to be fought. And thankfully, I mean, the end has justified the means. What I would say, I mean, God has put him there. He's not the leader of everybody in the state. He should embrace even his opponents as much as possible. Bring them, those of them who are willing and ready to, I mean, support his vision, I mean, to progress the state. Bring them on board so that at least, I mean, the state can begin, I mean, to progress on that trajectory of progress and growth that has been elusive for some time now. I know along the lines some bad bloods and ill feelings may, I mean, have risen, but it is one of those things in life, in relationship, both political and as well as day-to-day relationship with human beings or with ourselves. We hurt ourselves, but that doesn't mean we, I mean, life ceases, you know. It is one of those things. He's a God-fearing person, and I can tell you for free, he has a large heart. Even though this was needless, I can tell you he has a forgiving heart. He will be ready to work with whoever is willing to embrace and support his vision for the state. So as far as that is concerned, there is no victor, no vanquished, I mean, as it were. I mean, the state is for all of us. There's so much to do for us and our people. So anybody that can come up with any useful solution, ideas, I mean, to progress, I'm sure we'll welcome the person and the governor will embrace the person, as it were. Let bygones be bygones. First of all, we are one as a people, and yes, siblings fight, they quarrel, but that doesn't mean, I mean, they break they break stuff. So it's okay. I mean, it was really unnecessary, but we thank God it ended well.
Well, it is very clear. It will engender peace and progress, stability and unity of the state, especially the political class. It's an election that was fought on a clean slate. It was won on a clean slate. What is normal in democratic societies where law and order is a principle, you have the right to vent your supposed anger by going to the legal process. We in the PDP and governor as the principal officer allow that to go through the due process. and all the way to Supreme Court. So Supreme Court reaffirmed what the people had already reaffirmed much earlier. 25 local governments. Sheriff Oborevwori, Right Honorable, 121. Clean and clear. And somebody who wants just 4 local governments want to use the legal process to torpedo that frank, open acceptance of the Right Honorable, the governor of this state election. Of course, the judiciary is not like before. I think we'll have a better judiciary by today. And they made a pronouncement from the tribunal to the appeal all the way to the Supreme Court. None can be as good as that. So all I can say is that this verdict will bring peace and progress, unity and stability in Delta State. I'm sure even the contestants of that election, by now we know that justice was done and was seen to have been done. And so I am happy that what Deltans wanted is what they got at the end of the day. May God bless Deltans.
The victory itself is not a victory for the governor. It's a victory for Deltans, because Deltans took their time to vote massively for the governor. And the ratification of the Supreme Court shows that God's hands was there when the governor was being chosen. I want to congratulate Deltans, I want to congratulate the governor, and I want to congratulate the Supreme Court and the court of laws in our state or in our countries for being the hope of the common man. When justice is done and seen to have been done, what you do is congratulations to all parties. And even those people that took the governor to court. 38 cases, yes. If you are a law-abiding citizen and you have a disconnect with one decision or the other, the best thing to do is to go to court. So they've also done well by not taking the laws into their hands, by going to court. And we want to encourage them that now that all the court cases are over, I'm sure my governor has a very large umbrella to accommodate all ideas and what have you. We should come together and work together for the betterment of the state. Very simple.
Well, I will take it from the point of view of the workers. The Supreme Court has vindicated us. They merely confirmed our choice. You remember, during the elections, the workers of Delta State declared, and we trooped out in our large numbers. We went to the villages. We mobilized our people, our dependents, to massively vote for Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. And today, the Supreme Court has said, you were right. We are very happy because this means development for Delta State. This means development for the workers of Delta State. The governor can now concentrate and give his best. We expect a lot from him. He has promised us he's going to do a lot for Deltans. We're looking up to the more agenda to bring meaningful development to Delta State. And now that there's no more distraction, we're looking forward for the best. We thank God that the Supreme Court upheld our verdict.
Well, with this victory that God has given to PDP in Delta State, it simply means that PDP is one political family in Delta State, and that we are united and nothing can separate us. This state, Delta State, belongs to PDP, and no political party can take it from us. That is the meaning, that's the political implication of that. And I know that our governor, being the kind-hearted man that he is, he will bring everybody on board and work with everybody. We need to work together, and he will do that. And we're all ready to work.
Yeah, the first thing is stay focused. He is a very focused and passionate person about whatever he does. And his commitment level is ultra high. Beyond working with him for 4 years as my speaker, I've known him for a very long time. He's single-minded, he's purposeful, and he has empathy beyond the ordinary human being. And I say this with a sense of responsibility, that his empathy alone will make him work for Deltans. His focus is on working for Deltans. So I want to urge him not to lose focus and not to be carried away by this series of victories. He should see this last one as just one of those many victories that he has had in the past. All the ones he had before, he never lost focus. So I want to urge him to keep the focus and to know that Deltans are behind him because they freely gave him their mandate. Yeah.
Delta is PDP. You look at the APC, most of the personnel there were former PDP members. So in specific, it's just the owners of the house have been reconfirmed, but we have a large heart, because Delta is the big heart. The umbrella is large enough for everybody. And if the dawn predicates the dusk, for 7 months, our governor has shown what Delta should expect in the next 3.5 years. Delta will be one big project yard with dividends of democracy spilling out to all and sundry. You can take that promise to the bank.
This is a PDP state now. I mean, it goes without saying. The structures are there, right from inception. I mean, you don't just wake up overnight to, upturn, a structure. If you are building a house on the foundation, even if you end up destroying the roof, but what about the block work and the reinforcements? Those are what, makes a structure stand. So, as it were, the PDP is a grassroots party across the state. It's been there for time and from time, and the people have come to identify with it and embraced it. So we're not saying maybe other parties cannot maybe spring, but it's going to take, of course, a hell of a time and work, plenty work, to be able to really shake the table, as it were now. While we are not angling to be a single or a one-party state, you get it? But the truth is that this is a PDP state. And the structure, the people, the mentality, the orientation and everything is PDP. So for the opposition, yes, they have a big brother to contend with anytime, any day, anyway. And so while we also give them throughout this olive branch, we also will kindly gesture them to come and join the big umbrella, so that at least we can collectively continue to advance the state, as it were.
The governor has already started advising himself, and he has already started encouraging himself by continuing from where the immediate past governor stopped. You can see that he's continuing with the road projects that our former governor has been doing, and he has done more. Take Delta South, for example, Warri. He has brought in Julius Berger to continue from where the former governor has stopped, and many other things. The idea of when you're here as a new governor, you throw away the policies and principles of the former government. That's not there. We want to encourage him to do more for pregnant women, for the health sector, for the education sector, human capital development for the youth. And we're sure that by the time he comes through the first 2 years in office, more will have been done. We also want him to encourage indigenous contractors who've had experience in one form of project or the other, and encourage them so that they can trickle down the economy to other service providers. But he's doing well so far. He can do better, and I expect much more from the Tokimadu governor, or the Ukodo of Okpe, as we call it popularly?
You see, when a candidate wins an election clean and clear, and is declared the winner of that election, the people gave him the mandate, they will support him. But if you smuggle it in through another way, the people will not support you. So I expect, and I know, the Deltans will support the more agenda of Right Honorable Oborevwori, His Excellency the Governor of the state. And once the people support you, and the civil servants support you, and God supports you, progress is the only thing that will happen. So I'm very sure that this election, fourth one, all the way to Supreme Court, will be a time of massive progress in Delta State. And as agenda said, more good things will happen in Delta. More peace will be in Delta. More infrastructural development will be in Delta. Human capital will be in Delta. And as you know, I'm the rep of the governor in health insurance. There will be more health for all Deltans, as proclaimed by the last administration, promised to add more to it by the present administration. Peace, progress, and prosperity will be that of Delta by these judgments.
For the workers, generally, it's a good thing, because God forbid it went the other way. We didn't vote the other man. It would have been a problem for the workers. But today, the workers are particularly happy because the man we voted for has been vindicated, is our governor. And the workers will benefit from it because we reached an agreement with him that he was going to take us as priority. And we believe he will do that now. We're looking forward to him. He's a good man. We know he's going to do it for us, and we believe in him.
We haven't worked with the governor when he was the speaker and now as the governor. My advice is for him to keep holding on to God, because it's God that has brought him this far. And he should carry everybody along, which I know that he will surely do. God is his portion. The wife is prayerful. He too is very prayerful. And those of us who have been working with him, we understand, and we are also prayerful. And we know that the glory of God will not depart from us. God will perfect that which he has begun with us in Delta State, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Some of us have known this governor for so many years. We'll ask him in his typical way, stay focused. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep an eye on history. God made it possible that of 38 cases from the first quarter of 2022 to the first quarter of 2024, 38 cases. In all of them, his grace has been sufficient. That God whom he has believed in, hold on to him and keep your eyes on the ball. He has told Deltans, expect more. Not just more positive things. That come 2027, I can wager to tell you that Deltans will say, no, we've not had enough of you. Give us yet another 4 years. So just stay focused. He has a large heart, but he's nobody's fool.
Yes, my advice to him is that he has learned a lot. Honestly, when you are campaigning, it's not everything you say that is exactly the same when you get in there. Former Governor Doha said it. He said, you are not a governor until you become a governor. I know that when you have your plans, by the time you get in, you see the way governance actually is. You begin to adjust. But my advice to him is to sit up now, begin to match words with action. He's a man of action. We'll call him that a man with the strict sense, which means he belongs to the people. The people matter. We are happy that he's there. He should please begin now to come out and do things that are people-oriented, what we expect from him. And we believe seriously that he will do much.
The impact it is going to have is that now government can focus on delivering on the dividends of democracy to Deltans, on delivering and putting into practice all the elements and ingredients in the MOA agenda aimed at advancing Delta. That is the first impact, and we all look forward to join hands with the administration to ensure that good things will happen in Delta State. Yes, the government has already started with a few landmark things that they've done, but now the focus will be 100%. There will be no more distractions. And I want to urge everybody, all Deltans, at the end of the day, it is the growth of Delta's development that is important to all of us. Now that he is the governor, and he will be the governor for the next, by the grace of God, 7-8 years, I think it is incumbent on us that we all cooperate with him to ensure that he delivers on his mandate. If you are going to criticize as opposition, let it be constructive. Constructive criticism is also part of development. So that would be my take on how it is so far in Delta State. The place is calm, the place is ready for development, the place is ready to embrace everybody, and thank God the governor himself is that kind of person that is ready to embrace everybody. So I think it's a good development. For the PDP, let me talk PDP because I'm PDP. For the PDP family, we say yes, that it means that from 1999, we've made the right choices in those that we've backed to govern Delta State. Chief James Ibori came, he won. After Ibori, Dr. Emmanuel Duaga came, he won. I served under him as commissioner for energy and later higher education. And then we also picked Dr. Efan Yokowa, he also won. And now we've picked Sheriff Oborevwori and he has won. That would mean that PDP has been able to warm itself into the hearts of Deltans. Some persons were not even born in 1999. Today they are of voting age and they still voted for PDP. So it would mean that even generationally, the party has been able to reach out. The party is well represented in the state. Every nook and cranny of Delta State has a PDP member, and as PDP's structure, if one will use that word. So for us in PDP, it is very good. For the other political parties, yes, this last election has also shown that, yes, that the sky is wide enough for all birds to fly. Yes, competition is coming, but you also look at it and see that every of those persons who ran against PDP were once PDP. So it's like PDP against PDP. Be it Senator Obioma Agege, be it a Kempela, be it a Kenneth Bagi, they were all at one time or another in PDP. So PDP is like the father that bred all of these children. And like Chirachebe said somewhere, I think in his book Arrow of God, that in the house of a great man, you have all shapes of persons, characters, and all. So I think that is where we are. Kudos to PDP as a political party.